Good evening, you're watching Brass Tacks. I'm Zakir Jacob. India won the Asia Cup by comprehensively defeating arch-rivals Pakistan by 5 wickets in the final yesterday. This was the third time that Team India defeated Pakistan in 3 weeks in the same tournament. And yet, sour losers that Pakistan are, represented by the PCB and the ACC head Mohsin Naqvi, they ran away with the trophy. In fact, the meme trophy chore is the top trend in social media in India right now because the Indian team refused to accept the trophy, the Asia Cup trophy, from the hands of Mohsin Naqvi, who also happens to be the Interior Minister of Pakistan. And the Indian team had sound logic to why they did what they did. They said India cannot be seen as accepting a trophy from a man who's basically a terror apologist, a terror proxy for a state that up until just recently, just a few months ago, sent a bunch of terrorists and killed innocent people in Pahalgam. So the question is, how can the ICC pretend like this is okay? How can the ICC not take action against Mohsin Naqvi for the trophy chore that he is and for running away with the Asia Cup trophy? I want to first play out the reactions of the players, including Captain Suryakumar Yadav, who, by the way, has also decided to dedicate the entire match fees for all the games that he has played in the Asia Cup to the Indian Armed Forces. Let's listen in.
बहुत अच्छी फीलिंग थी। आप जब एक टूर्नामेंट अनबीटन जाते हो तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है आपको। बहुत अच्छी फीलिंग थी पूरी टीम के लिए, पूरे देश के लिए, और बहुत मज़ा आया। कल रात में आके हम बैठे, थोड़ा टाइम बात की, अच्छा टाइम निकाला और बहुत मज़ा आया। कंट्रोवर्सी तो नहीं बोलूँगा मैं, अगर आपने देखा होगा सही से तो ट्रॉफी तो देखी होगी आपने, लोगों ने डाला ही है फोटो, यहाँ वहाँ सब ट्रॉफी तो थी, बट जो असली ट्रॉफीज आप जीतते हो वो है जो लोगों का मन जीतते हो, जो प्लेयर्स है उनका भरोसा जीतते हो, जो सपोर्ट स्टाफ है जो उन्होंने भरोसा दिखाया है, जो लोग बिहाइंड द सीन्स काम करते हैं, वो असली ट्रॉफीज है। ये जो मिलने वाली है वो तो चलो एक सिल्वरवेयर है, बट एट द सेम टाइम जो इतने लोग काम करते हैं, इतने लोग मेहनत करते हैं ग्राउंड पे, वो असली ट्रॉफी है। अच्छा लगता है जब देश के लीडर खुद बैटिंग करते हैं फ्रंट फुट पे, ऐसा लग रहा था उन्होंने स्ट्राइक ली और रन बनाए, बहुत अच्छा लगा देख के। और जब सर ही आगे खड़े हैं सबके, तो फिर प्लेयर्स तो खुल के खेलेंगे ही ना ग्राउंड। मैं एक्चुअली पूरी लाइन कंप्लीट नहीं कर पाया उस टाइम, आर्म्ड फोर्सेस एंड विक्टिम्स ऑफ पहलगाम बोलना था, बट उसमें सब इतना फटाफट चल रहा था कि उतने अफरा तफरी में कुछ ज्यादा बोल नहीं पाया मैं, बट वो मेरी तरफ से जो मैं कर सकता हूँ उतना तो मैं।
So here's what happened after India had that massive triumph in the game against Pakistan, the final against Pakistan in the Asia Cup. There was an hour of complete drama and chaos and cluelessness and a sign of Pakistanis being sore losers. So it started with India refusing to accept the trophy from the PCB chief Mohsin Naqvi, who also happens to be the head of the Asian Cricket Council. They left him waiting at the dais. Mohsin Naqvi then walks away with the trophy in hand after being left there red-faced. The Indian team celebrated without the cup, the famous Messi baby walk when Lionel Messi and the Argentinian team won the World Cup. That's what Suryakumar Yadav and his teammates did yesterday, but they pretended like they had a trophy in their hand. The BCCI is now mulling action against the PCB chief and making a formal complaint all the way to the ICC for not rewarding and not awarding a team which were the legitimate winners of the entire tournament. As Suryakumar Yadav said, they went through the entire tournament not losing a single game and defeating Pakistan 3 times, including yesterday in the finals. But this wasn't the only instance when India took a firm stand on the field. Number one, in the very first match, the Indian captain made it absolutely clear that he's not going to shake hands with the Pakistani captain, whether at the toss or even after the match when India won that game. Team India refused to shake hands with the Pakistani team post that match. That was the first match in the league stage between India and Pakistan. Then, after that victory, Suryakumar Yadav dedicated that victory against Pakistan to the Pahalgam victims and to the Indian Armed Forces. After the second match, which also India won, he said that it's not fair to label Pakistan and India as some kind of rivals or rivalry, because he says they're not on the same level. In fact, the record is 10-0 or 13-0, whatever the record is, it's not a rivalry. Then Suryakumar Yadav also refused to click the pre-final trophy picture. It's a customary picture that both the captains stand next to the trophy and take on the day before the final. This time, Surya refused that, and there was no pre-final photo opportunity. And then the final move being that after winning the final and defeating Pakistan comprehensively, the Indian team, led by the captain Suryakumar Yadav, refused to accept the trophy from the hands of Mohsin Naqvi, who's the PCB and ACC chief, also happens to be the Interior Minister of Pakistan. So the stand that the Indian players took throughout the duration of the tournament over the last 3 weeks was absolutely consistent and absolutely in keeping with the national interest. Now, the BCCI, we're told, is all set to formally lodge a complaint against the Asian Cricket Council and for the PCB for stealing the trophy, which rightfully belongs to India and to the Indian team because they won it fair and square.
Because India side refuses to accept this trophy from the Mohsin Naqvi, and it was clearly told by the Indian side. But still, he was insisting to give the trophy. Do you see it as a provocation by the Pakistani side? And is BCCI going to raise this?
We are going to raise a complaint because we cannot take a trophy from a person who is instrumental in waging a war against our country. So he is not only just the ACC chairperson, but he is also the Interior Minister of Pakistan, against whom our Operation Sindoor is still continuing. So in this situation, it is not possible for us to either shake hands with him or accept any trophy from him. So if they want to still come and give the trophy, that is their problem. But we made it very clear that we are not going to accept any trophy from him, or rather stand on the same queue with him on the dais.
So the big question now is, will India get its hands on the Asia Cup trophy? And if at all it does, when will that happen and how will that happen? Because this is an unprecedented situation. There are no rules as such to decide, what happens if a team refuses to take the trophy from a said individual, a said head of the ACC, that is Mohsin Naqvi. But here are some possible scenarios that could play out over the next few days. Number one, by sending the trophy as soon as possible to India. So that could take place within the next few days, either via courier or they could send it across through a neutral observer, a neutral handover. That's the first option. The second option is that the ICC takes a not so charitable view of what happened yesterday, the fact that Mohsin Naqvi ran away with the trophy. The ICC may then instruct that the trophy be transferred either to the ICC for safekeeping, and then of course the ICC organizes a special event later on to officially hand over the trophy to the captain and his team. And a third but unlikely scenario is that the BCCI could commission a replica trophy to be housed in the BCCI headquarters in Mumbai for its own display and records, while the original continues to remain with the Asian Cricket Council until this dispute is settled. So, did the team do the right thing? Is the BCCI doing the right thing? And what happens next? I mean, it's actually very petty of someone like Mohsin Naqvi to run away with the trophy because he didn't win that trophy. It's the Indian team that played out of their skins. Particularly yesterday, it was a tough match. It was not an easy one. They played out of their skins. They beat Pakistan 3 times out of 3. They are the deserving champions. Why would you run away with the trophy like a trophy chore? Atul Vasan is former India cricketer. Sanjay Jha is author and political analyst, and also at one point of time used to be the famous editor of cricketnext.com here on Network 18. But let me start with you, Atul. I mean, trophy chore? What is going on? The point is, look, you got to give the team the trophy. The team is what won it. Not some bureaucrat, not some politician.
Well, I think let's not just make such a hula baloo about it. And I think because if I didn't get on a mare and didn't wear the Sera, I still got married. You don't need the trophy to validate because I'm thankful that this match was telecast live. Otherwise, they would have denied this also. So, but it's becoming the circus of absurd. And I actually, they have helped India. And I was always saying that, our 12th man is Mohsin Naqvi because he was hovering around Pakistan team, and the poor guys didn't know what to do. And he was, and the end, when they lost, he was smiling. And I was thinking, when a man is smiling in a disaster, he's found somebody else to blame. And I think he's a joke. And, the team had to follow this rhetoric because what can they do? Because everything is conjoined in umbilical cord. So I think the India did well. But I think India, if they retort to this rhetoric, we don't want to stoop down to their level. And I realized that if some people act to be stupid, they normally are.
No, but how do we get the trophy? I mean, I've outlined three scenarios. No, but ultimately, one second. It's like saying, Lionel Messi and Argentina won the trophy, but what do they have to show for? Ultimately, you have to show, the FIFA World Cup with the globe on top and the hands holding it aloft. What do you show for that you won the World Cup, the Asia Cup?
Whole world saw them win the trophy.
Yes, they did.
Because you don't have that kind of that association because you've achieved something else along with the trophy. And I think they need the medal to make more medals because they've not won a single war. They've got 50, 70 medals. So I think they need more medals. So let them take it.
No, but Sanjay Jha, do you agree with that? I mean, I'm of the view that you've got to have some kind of commemoration. You should have a ceremony where, a trophy is given to the winning captain. I mean, that's the whole point of sport. You play to win.
Zaka, I think in the entire conversation, we are avoiding the elephant in the room. This sordid, ugly drama was avoidable. Why did we play cricket to begin with? If Mr. Modi, the Prime Minister of this country, says कि मेरे खून में सिंदूर दौड़ रहा है and water and blood don't mix, cricket is okay? Cricket is okay? And I'll quote to you why I think this match should have never happened. India should have not participated in the Asia Cup or chosen to lose the tournament by abandoning its match against Pakistan. Let me quote to you the families of the unfortunate victims of Pahalgam. And this is what they have told Surya Kumar Yadav and the players. It's on record, and I'm going to quote them. The tears in our eyes have not even dried yet, and they are playing the match. It is painful to even listen to people talk about it, let alone see them play. I mean, this is coming from several families. One of them has said the Indian armed forces lost their lives in Operation Sindoor. This is disrespecting them. We are upset and angry. But this government, which I think is the most shameless political party in the planet, didn't care. They didn't care.
Sanjay, here's the thing. So, you're absolutely well within your right to attack the BCCI, the government, whoever political call it was to play the tournament. As far as the players are concerned, they can only go to the field and play out of their skins and defend like they have done and beat, bosses like champions on the field, which is what they did. They won all 3 times against Pakistan and they won pretty decisively all 3 matches. And, I think they're well within their right to... once again, they're well within their right to say, we don't want to take the trophy from a man who we think has blood on his hands. So the ACC or whoever the organizers are, better make alternate arrangements. Somebody's got to give them the trophy.
Here's the truth, Zaka. Zaka, let me tell you the truth. You think that the Indian players are not aware that at the end of the day, Mohsin Naqvi would have given them the trophy? They should have been aware. I mean, the BCCI or Mr. Jai Shah should have made them aware even before the tournament started that this is the protocol and the process that is followed. And as my friend Shashi Tharoor, whom the BJP loves very much, openly said that if you play the game, listen, if you decided to play cricket ignoring the respect for India's armed forces, caring a damn for the unfortunate people who lost their families in the Pahalgam massacre, then at least behave like gentlemen when you're playing.
So your position is, Sanjay, and before I go back to Atul, your position is, okay, they didn't have a control over, what tournament they get to play and who they get to play, etc., etc. But having done that and having won the match, they should have taken the trophy from Naqvi. Is that your position?
My point is that they should have shaken hands with the Pakistan team. And I think this has been optics engineered by the BJP to try and save their face. Because the people of India are angry with the BJP government.
Okay, so these are all optics to manage the anger of the people who are angry anyway at the fact that India and Pakistan played. Atul,
Sanjay, we got you last week, what you want to say, and I believe you, and I know what you're saying. But, if I say that this match should have happened or not should have happened, and it happened in a way because of the other ecosystems that could have disrupted, you will not believe that. But it doesn't make me less of a patriot than you, because you are connecting everything to blood and tears. Last 10 years ago, our Prime Minister was in Tianjin for the Shanghai Cooperative, and the Shahbaz Sharif was there, but we didn't acknowledge them. So we have to go to 17 common forums around the world, and we have to be present, but we don't have to be civil to them. So we played the game, which you will not understand, and then we didn't acknowledge them. And they got, insulted, and then they reacted in a way which actually they played into our hands, and they become a joke now. So you just relax because now. So if everything now, Neeraj Chopra was in Tokyo with that their javelin thrower. So what Indian women's team is going to play? So because of if you stop now, when you start, then why do you stop the war? You should have carried on because they believe they won. So they will never, because in Pakistan, if you ask somebody how are you feeling, he says I've got the nuclear bomb. This is the narrative. This is the common denominator.
No, but Atul, the point is, okay, Sanjay may be right. We shouldn't have started playing in the first place. Maybe we should not have played this tournament at all. But he is saying that all of this drama about the players not shaking hands, the players,
it's not a
refusing to
drama.
take the.
It's not a drama.
That's the word he used. That's the word he used. He
Well-
says all of this has been orchestrated by the BJP to manage
not really.
the anger of the public.
No, it's not the anger of the public because because we went there, we had to go through this chemotherapy for larger good for many things because we don't want to disrupt the ecosystem. Sanjay is going to sit here, going to make his living. The 70,000 lives he'll disrupt the ecosystem by just not playing the game. Life moves on, and I think he's placated by just playing the game. But we went there, we disregarded them, and we did a job.
Okay.
We won or lost.
So Sanjay,
doesn't
we
matter.
needed this collective national catharsis. That's Atul's position. We needed this collective national catharsis by beating the Pakistanis 3 times in 3 weeks,
No, not
including
really.
last night.
I mean,
That's
we could
that-
have lost also.
Yeah,
That is
Yeah, we
the
could have
point.
lost, but we won. We won.
No, let
Besides the
me
point.
answer Atul. Atul, let me answer you. I
Yeah.
wish we had a heart, man, that was sensitive. Imagine if any one of us on the panel had lost a family member and there were people who grieved and said, don't play cricket with Pakistan because, you feel that there was a terrorist who came from their country and killed your relative. And here
Okay.
you're playing cricket and celebrating it. Now, let me make the
Okay.
second point. There was an official yesterday who justified saying that we don't want this trophy from the ACC president. And the
Yes.
logic he gave was India is fighting a war with Pakistan. I think as
Yes,
a
yes.
citizen of this country, I want to
Yeah.
ask, you're fighting a war with Pakistan and you're playing cricket by the side, making money for Pakistan. I mean,
Not
what
right.
kind of logic is this?
Okay.
I mean,
Okay,
the
let me answer
players
this.
have become a
Let
I
me-
believe
pawn in a
100
political
crore
game.
rupees. I believe.
Surya Kumar
I'm
Yadav
told.
is a
I'm told.
headless, innocuous
Atul, that
political-
100 crore
Sanjay,
rupees is
Sanjay,
what the
Sanjay,
PCB
Sanjay.
pockets from
Please, don't
from the
forget.
revenues of the Asia
I'm
Cup.
asking,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just addressing this rhetoric
just
of
made
Sanjay that,
Pakistan
so how
richer.
far, let me finish. How far do you go back? I won because I lost family in the partition. So I should have started from there. You can go back to the Christ. So when have you started this vendetta, this line in the sand? First of all. Second of all, I think we knew that Mohsin Naqvi was there. We decided we'll not take the trophy from him. This guy made a joke of himself. He was hell bent on getting more egg on his face, and he left it because every day came to the match 1 hour late. They don't care. The captain threw the check away, but they're still going to encash it. They owe money to the whole world because they have got this,
But Atul,
misplaced
couldn't
thing.
it have been organized in a way that if the team says, okay, we don't want to take the trophy from Mohsin Naqvi, then whoever is the number 2 in the ACC hands
They
over
would-
the trophy. Somebody else gives them
So
the
it's
trophy.
fine. That is logic, but expecting logic from Pakistan is like a month without Sundays. So he wanted to make this show of this. So you imagine this is what his point was, and he's become a joke because he's the minister. And this whole
Okay.
PCB run by the army and everything umbilical cord, and he was there
Sanjay.
and was just hovering. So I think they have actually helped us to just ostracize them globally.
Sanjay, final word, yeah.
Yeah. Zaka, once upon a time, cricket used to be one platform where even if the two countries were in a military tension or diplomatic standoffs, it was a place where there was a thaw. Under Mr. Modi's government, even that is destroyed. And by the way, why indulge in this tokenism about my match fees? Then let the entire cricket team give away the entire 21 crores, give it to the families who lost their lives in the Pahalgam massacre. And by the way, an important point that I wish to make, that Surya Kumar Yadav did shake hands, right, with Mr. Naqvi off camera in the internal confabulations that
No,
happened.
no,
So
he
what
didn't.
what kind of hypocrisy are we demonstrating?
So-
it's out there. I've
so-
seen it on social media. It's all there in the
Sanjay,
open. So
let
what
the
kind
person-
of brazen,
let the person-
two-faced
I got it.
politics are we playing and using players?
Okay.
Why,
So why
do you
stop
want
at
to
21
use Surya
crores?
Kumar Yadav as your political
So-
pawn on the chessboard?
No,
It's
please. So
unfortunate.
let's start.
It's
Let's start
disgusting.
ourselves. Let the person who knows sin throw the first stone. Why stop at 21 crore? Why don't we, you and me, give all our earnings tomorrow? Does it solve the matter? No. So I think that the matter you are actually confusing the matter where it was, and I think the point is that Indian team had to do this. They did a job, came back, and yes, I fear also that by saying all this, we have just indulged them. And we've gone down to their level, which we shouldn't have.
Okay, all right. We'll leave it at that. Thank you very much, Sanjay Jha, Atul Vasan. We'll see how this further plays out. We just hope that they can get the trophy to our players and the rightful winners of the of the Asia Cup. That Surya Kumar Yadav and his team are presented that in a solemn ceremony, in a ceremony which has grace and which has everything that is worthy of all the hard work that eventually paid off in the results. It's an undefeated team. That track record is impeccable throughout the Asia Cup.